I've set up a little 40-yard pitch shot just in the clubhouse with the custom shot feature. I have the difficulty set to pro, the green speed set to pro, so this is as hard and fast as these are going to be running. I would expect in real life on a relatively quick green and in game that I'm going to be able to maybe land this front edge of the green and then feed it up to the green just based on the distance here if I strike it well and I land it in the right area. So let's see if I can do that. Landed just front edge. Ran a couple feet by. That's kind of in line with what I expect. I picked a pretty flat green here to get a good idea of the rollout. And again, that one got maybe 25 feet high. Had a pretty average amount of spin and didn't have any undue amount of rollout. If I wanted to cut the rollout back more, that shot, if I had pulled the numbers up there, probably had about 4,000 or 5,000 spin. I could take a steeper swing at it, just like in real life I can generate more spin by creating a more aggressive angle of attack while still maintaining my launch angle. So let's try to get this one a little spinnier. And that one's up closer to 6,000. And if we watch that replay, we'll see that that one's going to land a little deeper and roll out just a little bit less than that first one. See, that one landed several yards deeper and still rolled out to a shorter point. So a lot of this green side especially is going to come down to your contact that you're generating. You could manage this a different way by not worrying as much about the angle of attack, but going more for elevation to stop it if I wanted to really throw the face open and try to get this closer to 45, 50 feet in the air for an apex. Oh, that one a little short, but you see if that had landed on the green, that's pretty much a hit and stick where it came down at. That one should land in the circle nicely. And it hit and stuck pretty much where it landed. And if you want to go sort of the other extreme and you want to go lower and really try to pinch it off and get more spin, that is an option. It's a little trickier to do. But if you look at that one, super low flight, below 20 feet apex. It flew deeper into the green than that very first one, and it still stopped about the same distance out because that spin jumped up to 7,600. And if we watch the replay, you'll see kind of that same thing play out, where it's going to be lower overall, hit short, and manage the rollout with that spin. Similar to that 40-yard shot, I've just stepped over to a 175-yard shot to hit some 7-irons. And just like the wedge, this is really going to be dependent on my shot characteristics for how much this ball is going to run. I tend to have a lower ball flight that's a bit of a draw, so I get a lot of run on the ball, and I'll kind of do a default one of those here off the bat. A little draw to it. Got that one up more than I usually do at a 100-foot apex, but that's kind of my traditional ball flight, is a draw, lower spin. Got that one spinning at about 5,000. If we watch that replay, see just a bit of a draw when we get down here towards the green. This is still pro difficulty, pro green speeds. I landed it a couple feet past the hole, rolled another 20 feet or so. Let me check the exact numbers. It looked like it carried 177, then rolled another 12. And now, let's say I knew that I'll probably carry this a little far and roll it out even further with my stock shot. So I'm going to try to come down on this one a little steeper. I'm going to try to play it a bit more of a fade to generate more spin and see if I can get it up closer to 6,000 or 7,000. And that one's going to come in at a bit of a fade. You see its height is pretty similar to the last one. I got it up to 102, so it's technically a little lower. But my spin, 7,000 on that one. So when we look at the total distance and the rollout, it carried 168 and only went to a total of 176. So if we go down here, watch the replay. We'll see that that little change in attack angle and swing path changed how much my ball carried, how much it rolled, and got me bang on the target.